Okay, let's see where deep state is at. I mean, I'm sitting here laughing. I got, this morning I got a phone call um, from an unnamed person from an unnamed place. Hang on a second. And look at that. The Eisenhower Executive Office building and absolutely nothing else. Gee, who's in there? Nobody I know. Okay, so I get a phone call. Anything done by third parties, including by feds who are cleaning up the bad guys, which I couldn't be part of because I don't have any paperwork on me, and reasonable man laws are tossed to the wind with deep up the wrong hole state. Then we get a phone call, unidentified person from an unidentified agency, or just a private quasi spy out there somewhere, calls and tells me what they call me, or calls and tells me what they tell me, which is uh, I'm a tax delinquent and I committed tax fraud, and there's been a second filing against me. We went through this in April the first time, and this is the second time. In April, I called up the phone number they gave me. There was nobody there, so I left the paper trail and sent it on to headquarters, which I don't have. I'm paranoid and delusional instead, and that's what my paperwork says. Which is why they're leaning on me for tax fraud. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't make it here. Now, if they're going to actually notify me as a lawsuit, they have to contact me. I have a publicly available address. They haven't served me with anything. They gave me a phone number the last time that had nobody on the other end. I called it within 24 hours. And, when it goes click and I have a headquarters working for me, I figured they got the monkeys off my back, right? No, that's crazy. It still counts. So I'm sitting there waiting. I mean, I've been really busy in Quincy. I've been busy since actually April, too. I've done a lot of anti-gasser stuff. That don't count for nothing. It's imaginary because nothing's made the paper yet. Do they even know that if one thing gets out, their entire tax fraud thing completely collapses? They may not know. Anyway, what I did after I got the first call was I got another call and then another three calls which registered on my phone. So I went to Walmart, I got some things, I came back, and I have another voicemail. And the voicemail is from evidently the second call, and the other three were crossed out. Isn't that interesting? And I think at a different time. It was a couple minutes later than what it was. Nobody knows how to do that. Certainly not in the headquarters. We don't have any bad guys in headquarters anyway. They're all nice agents. No such thing as counterintelligence. Oh, yeah, there is, but I don't know who they're after if they're not after this stuff. We must have busted 50 people at the Walmart. That's what I was there for. Anyway, I come back, I see this, and, obviously they played games with my phone, whoever they are. Certainly not the people who work for me, because we don't touch anything. Oh, I don't even have them, that's right. And it always is like what it says, because you can't do that with computers. And if they could, nobody would. In case things end up getting super stupid around me, well, at least we have the internet and we have an explanation for what it is I've been doing online. Not that they pay attention to it. I usually just get bad cops. In fact, yesterday I had the chain gang coincidentally in my face, and they said, "Why don't you pick up a pole and a bag?" And I said, they are trying to get me to join you. Was I wrong? Anyway, have fun. I'd prefer if the monkeys are off my back, but if they're not, there's not much I can do about it, is there? I couldn't be in the army at all because, I got this hat at Walmart and it says it's made in China. It's unbelievable how stupid people have to be and how evil they have to be in order to try stuff like what they're trying. And they're doing gaslighting rituals. First of all, they get rid of those four, what do you call it? 4 calls, they turned it into one. They could turn it back to 4 or 3 or 5. I mean, it's just a notation on my eminently hackable device. And then when I called I don't know, about 45 minutes ago, I listened to the voicemail. This is boom, boom, department. That's what they did. And then they went and, repeated the message. Obviously not a person. It's the same message. And then I hit the wrong button and I called it back again. And there was no, this is the department, or actually just department. Anyway, this is the, and guess what? It just wasn't there. So nobody manipulated it the first time or the second time, and I just have to sit here and go, me crazy and stupid. It's kind of like walking around that gassed mall with nice Gina and having her try to gaslight me as we're in the middle of, I don't know, I think it was a VX attack at the time. Could have just been that Hotel A stuff. I don't know. Don't remember.